Welcome, everybody. How are you doing? So good to be here. There we go. This is actually probably the scene I want to be in. Thank you very much for being here, guys. X1 the Gamer. I know a lot of you. Reactor League is in the house. Andrew Cullinane, Soul Finder. It's Mint, Super Shocker, Maori. Thank you very much, guys, for stopping by. This is the first stream here on this channel. And I could not be more excited. Well, not the first stream. It's the first stream since I've moved from Vigor. I used to be on Vigor, and this channel used to all be about Vigor, and we switched over to news. We've been doing that for a while, and I've just been waiting to get back to streaming and streaming regularly. For now, Fridays work, but eventually my goal is to be streaming daily again. That's right, daily, every single morning, rocking it back to the Mixers days. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that may be new to the channel here, for those of you that may be jumping in for the first time, I'm part of the X1 Bros. We're a positive gaming and Xbox podcast. For those of you that have never tuned in, go check them out. Link is in the description below. Make sure you check out the X1 Bros. But we used to be on Mixer, and I used to stream every single morning there on Mixer. And it was awesome. It was amazing. And I do have to do a shout out already. Oh my goodness. Super Shocker. Huge shout out. Let me drop some emotes. He dropped a gifted 5 X1 Bros memberships. Oh, thank you very much, Super Shocker. So the X1 Bro membership it's Master Chief. You get a nice little Master Chief emote. You get not emote, but loyalty badge. And then you get let me show off some of these emotes down here. So I'm going to drop some of these sexy Xbox X's for you there. Or should we do, for Super Shocker, we'll do some X1 facials. We'll drop some X1 facials for you right there. Huge shout out. Thank you very much, Super Shocker. Everybody who was gifted a membership, Sanchez Gaming, Philly Gangster, Bear R, Chuck Finley, And Andrew Coulinine, huge shout out. Drop some facials for the one and only Super Shocker. Always generous, Mr. Generosity himself. Very much appreciated. Scott is here in the house. Scott is actually, did you know, Chief? This is Chief Wiggum. Scott, you're actually still a moderator on this channel from back in the Vigor days. So you have mod status. I'm seeing it all pop up from Reactor League, I believe, also has mod status. So welcome back. I've debated, do we go no music in the background? Because let me lay out how this is going to work. Each of these streams is going to be about an hour long. And all we're going to do is go through some news story. We're just going to sit and hang out. We're going to respond to some comments, talk together in chat each and every single week here. And then we're just going to have fun, get to know each other, talk about and enjoy all things gaming, all things Xbox. Excuse me. And while we're doing so, you all know how much I like my Dr. Pepper cream soda. I literally didn't eat today so that I could have this 150 calories and this 150 calories of pure carbonated goodness. Pure carbonated goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are 2K Reactor League with another 5X1 the Gamer memberships. Huge shout out. Let's see who got them this time. It's Mint got it. Platinage got it. William Matthews in the house. Darv is here. Welcome, Darv. How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Gary Rogers also gifted an X1 the Gamer membership. Check it out. You've got the Sexy X loyalty badge there. It does evolve over time. It does evolve, everybody. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should we play some music in the background? All my videos, for those of you that don't know, we do news videos, no music. It's just me talking, hanging out directly with you guys. So I never really have music in the background. Maybe thinking about doing some music here, but let me know what you guys prefer. Let's drop. Wait, that's Master Chief. Hold on. Let's drop some X1 facials again here for Reactor League. We all know how he likes the X1 facials, doesn't he? Reactor League, hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you, brother. So I thought first and foremost we would go over the white Xbox that came out and just talk about it. We talked about it a little bit. I talked about it on the podcast, the X1 Bros podcast. Again, if you don't know the X1 Bros podcast, definitely go check it out. How about some boy band hits? I did used to rock boy band hits. Oh, actually, I could do this. Check this out. Oh, we could do this. How about some boy band hits? There you go. Yeah. I got to get used to this streaming setup. I've not streamed solo in a long time. And it's that muscle memory. It's getting back to that muscle memory. We did talk about on the X1 Bros podcast yesterday. We did talk about this, and this is the Series X. Let me share my screen here. The new white Series X. Oop, that's the wrong. I was going to share another camera. We don't want to share another camera. 1 second, guys. Right here. And that is the Xbox Series X white. Now, I like it. I like the way it looks. I think it's beautiful. I have been debating, depending on the price, do I get it? Here would be the reason that I get it. I have a Series S. That's my kids. It's in the playroom. I have a Series X. That bad boy kind of moves around. So in my office down here, I actually have my whole setup, my gaming setup down here in my office, and I'll move it down here. I'll play down here. There's a couch behind me. I get the mood lights. I actually soundproof this. So this is where I work out of, and I record a lot of videos for my job, and I do a lot of things with audio with my job. And so I actually soundproof this room. So I can be maybe not 100% soundproof, but it's definitely, let's call it sound muffled. It's a sound muffled office here. So I can be as loud as I want down here. It's fantastic. The issue is upstairs, I got a ballsy TV, and the Xbox Series X looks amazing upstairs. So my thought process is the OG Series X down here and the white Series X upstairs, because it doesn't have that disk drive. Would love to know what you guys think. Is anybody planning on jumping into this? Would love to know if you guys plan to jump into this. Let me actually, I think I'm sharing this wrong. Let me share an entire screen, because then I can jump back and forth between different slides. Yeah, entire screen. I think that might be the way to do it, baby. Or if I do a window. Oh, tab is to share audio. Oh, okay. We'll just do tab. We'll just do tab then. Sorry, this first stream, everybody. we got an hour of this. So first stream though, but thank you very much for being here again. Yeah, I'm thinking if I did get one, that's how I would divide it up. And why would I put the white upstairs? It looks better. White looks really clean. I think it would look slick on my console. My wife would stop complaining to me about, ew, get that ugly thing on here. Not that the Xbox Series X is ugly by any means. I don't think so. The Series S, she never complained about, because that thing, it's the sexiest Xbox out there, I think. So Soulfinder says the Xbox with the disc drive should stay with the TV for Redbox rentals. It's not a bad idea. I don't really use Redbox. They actually closed the Redbox down next to me. The last one left around me, as far as I know, at least the one that I used to see all the time, was at my local grocery store here, and it's no longer there. So I don't know. Is Redbox still around? Who in chat has used Redbox recently? I haven't. I haven't, but not a bad idea. Yeah, keep the. I have been using Blu-ray a lot. I've been purchasing Blu-ray discs, so maybe that's the answer. Maybe have the Series S down here. Oh, but the white looks so good. But have it down here in my gaming room, and then have the disc drive upstairs. That's a great point, Soulfinder. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, we did just get Super Shocker. Super Shocker, the man, just became a common YouTube member. Welcome to Tier 1, baby. Welcome, Super Shocker. Thank you very much for your support. And there he is with the yellow X. The yellow X. Appreciate it. I'm mainly a PC gamer, says Maori. I don't mind all digital Xbox. Yeah, that's not a bad point. All digital. Here's the thing. I don't use the disc drive for games at all on my Series X. I do use it for Blu-ray. You might be asking yourself, wait, why do you use Blu-ray when you have a Netflix, when you have Amazon Prime? Who uses Blu-ray in 2024, bro? Well, let me tell you. Something happened. I can't remember what happened. Something happened, either like a show that I was watching kept buffering or something. And this was probably like a month ago. And I was like, that's it. And I went and I got a Blu-ray, because I know I had this on Blu-ray, and I grabbed it and I took it up and hooked up, put it in the Xbox, put it on my TV. The quality is unmatched. We're so used, not that Netflix quality or Amazon Prime quality is bad. It's not, especially now you got to pay that extra, what is it, $25 for the top end high tier frame rates, the high tier resolution rather. So 4K Blu-ray, it's uncompressed. It's beautiful, especially darks. Night shots look so much better on Blu-ray. So I have actually been repurchasing movies on Blu-ray again. I've been getting the deals as they pop up on Amazon on Blu-ray again, television shows on Blu-ray again, and using my Xbox Series X on my big TV because the quality is just superior. Quality. Super Shocker says Blu-ray is the best. Absolutely. Yeah. And I've stepped away for so long. The convenience of a Netflix, of an Amazon Prime. Not that I still don't watch those. I absolutely do. But if I'm going to have a big movie night, I'm going to do it on Blu-ray. It's Dune Part 1, rewatched on Blu-ray. Blew my mind. Do got to do another shout out here for the one and only Reactor League, who is a new member here on the channel. Shout out to Reactor League, and thank you very much. Appreciate you, brother. He's got that sexy X, the red X, and of course, Super Shocker dropped another 5 X1 the Gamer memberships. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's drop some facials for that's X1 facials. Should we do actually we've leveled up. Let's do the Master Chief facials. Because you guys deserve it. But thank you. No, I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Reactor League says, honestly, the Xbox, I need to have the disc drive. The Blu-rays went in there for movies, 4K and sound-wise is better than anything else I've got. Yeah, I do have a speaker system and audio is superior. You don't have to turn it up so much. Like I can keep it lower on my sound bar and it just seems to come through louder, clearer, crisper. Agree completely. I'm sold. And I'm back on the Blu-ray. It's like 1999 again in my house. Actually, when did Blu-rays come out? Definitely not in 1999. Anyways, that's what it looks like. I do think having it like as a slim would be better for sure. But, not bad. Soulfinder says X1 Just hire a painter to paint your Xbox white. You could do that. There's actually services that do that, will customize your box for you, which I have considered. I have considered that. Or customizable decal. You can always put stickers on it. I don't put stickers on my console. I do on my MacBook, have on the back a bunch of stickers, or on a laptop. I've never done that to a console. That almost seems blasphemous. Don't you think? I think it almost seems blasphemous. Let's take a look. I did do a poll on my channel here, on the X1 the Gamer channel here. Let's take a look at it. Let me just go to it real quick and see what everybody had to say. And that's, for those of you who haven't yet, head over to the community tab right here on this channel and go ahead and vote. I did drop it today, so it was just today. What are your thoughts on the all-new Xbox Series X? Let's see. Let's actually full screen this here. Here you go. What are your thoughts on the all-new Xbox Series X? Out of 150 votes, again, this was just this morning, so not huge. 27% not interested. 26%, I'm curious about the price first. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm in between there, and 35% say I prefer the original black design, which surprised me. I thought for sure white would win. Hands down. Because it's new, it's fresh. White versus black on the electronics. I mean, I don't have it with me, but I have my Elite controller is the white one. It looks beautiful. I know Mr. McSpicy, for those of you that don't know who that is, he's a member of the X1 Bros. He loves his electronics white. So I thought for sure, but interesting that the original black design got 35%. I prefer it. And then 26% said, I'm curious about the price. Only 13% said, can't wait to get my hands on it. Yeah, I do think that this is not, I do think this is not for current Xbox gamers. It's probably for new people. It's probably a new price point for new gamers. Maybe they just heard about, not new gamers, but new players to the Xbox Series X. Maybe they've had the Xbox One. Maybe they've had the Scorpio. Remember the Scorpio? And they haven't yet jumped over to the Series X. I would be willing to bet that that's probably who this is targeted at mostly, in my opinion. Let's read some comments here. Great to have choice, says Mr. Glass. Let me see. Can I actually increase this? Because it doesn't look like, if we increase the size. Yes. It's 125. Oh, we're going 150 because I'm blind. We're going 150 blind mode. Mr. Glass says, great to have choice. Agreed. Dragonus88 says, I'll be buying it most likely. I have an S, so this will be a great upgrade for me. That's a good point. I actually didn't consider that. The target may be people that have an S that want to upgrade. That's a great point. He said, the only reason I didn't buy an X is because of the disk drive, since I buy all my stuff digitally and through Game Pass. Also, I don't have any stores that sell games anymore, so all the more reason to buy digitally. Well said, Dragonus. Dragonus88. Yeah, I didn't consider that the Series S upgrade might be a target audience, not the target audience, I don't think, but a target market for the white Series S for sure. Chester Santos Bras says, only if it's better or different. Well, it is different. It says it's better. There's a better heatsink and other components, quote, and other components. Other than that, it's the same. My heatsink seems to run fine inside the Series X. I don't think it's a situation where it's the Xbox One X, or where it's the Xbox One versus the Xbox One X versus the Xbox, or was One X Project Scorpio? It was. And I don't think it's that situation where you're actually getting a better machine. I think you're just getting slight improvements there. Honestly, is there a point for a new Xbox? Says Immortal Dragon. To me, it seems they are planning to get rid of the Series S since it's dragging Xbox down because it's making it harder and more expensive for developers to release games on both models. I actually think that is not correct. I don't think that it is correct that it's harder and more expensive for developers to release games on both models. I think that Xbox, it may be more timely. I'll concede maybe it's more difficult to optimize, but the difficult part comes in Xbox requires you to have all the same features across all the consoles, the Series S, the Series X. And that's where, for instance, Baldur's Gate got delayed because it couldn't have everything that the Series X version could have easily, could not run the same way on the Series S. Ergo, it got delayed. Xbox sat down with them and were able to make it. So, but more expensive? I don't think it's more expensive. I don't think they're losing money either, or the Series S is dragging down the Series X. I think the Series S is the best deal in gaming at the moment for a console. Like if I have a family and I'm looking at Christmas time and I'm thinking to myself, what do I get my kids? What do I get my family? Something we can all play. Nintendo Switch is probably on the market, but even a Nintendo Switch, I'm limited to one at a time. One game at a time. I got to buy all those games, very expensive games. They never go on sale. When they go on sale, they're like $2 cheaper. But the Series S, you got Game Pass. And so as a family, you get the Series S in cheap, you get monthly Game Pass, and you're rolling. You're rolling as a family for games. What I do want to see, which they're testing, is the Game Pass family option. I cannot wait for that. I absolutely cannot wait for that. Let's do some super chats here. We got another one. Mr. Teddy. Teddy is in the house. Turn it up with Teddy. Teddy is from an OG from back in the day. Thank you. Let me drop some Master Chief heads. Let's drop some Chief heads for you right there. Everybody drop a Chief head for Teddy. OG from back in the day when, first of all, X1 Bros, but then also when this was just a Vigor channel. Who is here? I'd be curious. Who's here from when this was a Vigor channel? That was actually wasn't that long ago. Last February, I think I made the switch. Has it been a year? So it's been a year. And then I didn't do a lot consistently. Really has started doing something consistently this year since it's already March. It's March 29th. Holy crap. I really only started doing stuff more consistent this year, starting in January with videos, figuring out my schedule, figuring out, hey, what do I want to do with the channel? What interests me? I'll tell you what interests me, talking about the Xbox and sharing my opinion. Whether my opinion is right or wrong, a lot of times it's wrong, but it's what I enjoy doing. So I thought, okay, let's do that. Let's do that here. So that's all the comments here on this. Again, there's the poll for the all digital Series X. Let's catch up on some comments here in chat. I'm going to run back a little bit. Super Shocker says, I'm a little behind here. What else do we get from this new Xbox? Yeah, not anything. Cheaper price point, no disk drive. So it's obviously cheaper than the Series X. Better heat sink. That's what they said. And quote, updated components or some better components. But that's not, it's not like the Xbox One and the Xbox One X situation here that we're getting. Reactor Leak says, if the whole purpose was to remove the disk drive only with no upgrades, I think it's pointless. I see that sentiment shared a lot online. I've seen a few people, for instance, over on Twitter sharing that. I don't know that it's pointless. I think what they're trying to do is have multiple price points. As far as the hardware is concerned, is it a big deal to have a disc versus not a disc? It's honestly not. So in that respect, I think you're right, Reactor, for sure. But yeah, I think they really want that price point. Now, if they could make it $100 cheaper, a lot of people think it's going $50 cheaper. But if they could go $100 cheaper, that's gold. That's gold. Teddy, by the way, turn it up, Teddy. How are you doing? How's life, man? Good to see you. Humble Nation, welcome to the stream, brother. He says, I just want the handheld. I agree with that 100%. Amen. I just want the handheld as well. I think a handheld is where it's at. I really do. I'm excited for a handheld on Xbox. It would enable me to game anywhere in my house. Seems like rumors are heating up more and more. There was a video by IGN today about the Xbox handheld, about, hey, why it makes sense for Xbox, and IGN did a pretty good job on it. I agree with them. I think they did a decent job. Speaking of handhelds, by the way, I did a poll on handhelds as well. Let's take a look at that poll. We'll take a look at that poll in just a second, Humble Nation. Bosky says that looks photoshopped. It's not confirmed, I believe, yet, those photos of the Xbox all digital, but people in the know are saying it's basically confirmed. To my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I could have missed something there. PS5 is better, says Family Main Street. And also the Xbox Series X better. I'm confused. Is the Xbox Series X better, Family Main Street, or is the PS5 better? I will say the PS5 has fantastic presentation. I have a PS5 sitting behind me. I never really jumped in. I jumped in a few weeks ago, and they do presentation really well. And presentation matters. For those that don't think presentation matters, it does. If I was not in the know, if I was not someone already tied to Xbox and I'm coming in fresh, I'm like, hey, what is this video game hobby that everyone's talking about? And I don't know anything about Game Pass. And I'm at my friend's house and I tried the Xbox Series X and I tried the PlayStation 5. Honestly, the presentation, it does have this it has this superior feel in the way it fades in and out and over. Whether the UI is as useful, whether the UI is as user friendly, that's not my point here. I think the Xbox UI is more user-friendly, but it doesn't have that pizzazz to the presentation. Sony does it really well. Apple tends to do it really well as well, to give you an idea of why presentation matters. And in that case, if it's someone who's never been exposed to gaming before, who knows nothing about either console, I do get why PlayStation 5 has been winning the hardware wars as a result, because I think they're getting those people based off of something just as simple as presentation. Not to mention, they've got fantastic first-party exclusives, of course. I'm just talking presentation for sure there. Let's take a few more questions here. Let's take a super chat, actually. Reactor League with the super chat. Aloha from Maui. The new X only makes sense to me if the current S owners get a traded-in deal and new Xbox owners only. That would be cool. That's not a bad idea. And thank you very much for that super chat, Reactor League. Appreciate it. That is not a bad idea at all. Some sort of trade-in deal. Where do you get one at? Like GameStop? Has anybody checked that out? Is there current trade-in deals at GameStop for like the Series S to upgrade you to the better Series X White? Is that what they're calling it? The Series X White? I'm not even sure. Let's talk about handhelds though. We dropped this poll earlier this week as well. I did a video on handhelds and why I'm all about the handhelds, why I'm super excited about the handhelds. And this is what you guys had to say. I asked what feature is a must-have for the rumored Xbox handheld device. There's 4 features here: docking station, 60 FPS, 4K screen resolution, and extended battery life for a handheld. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying all these things need to be here. The question is, what feature does it have to have? If an Xbox handheld is coming out tomorrow, what is the feature that is an absolute 100% must have? And here's what everybody said, which I did not think it would be this. It's what I voted for, but it's not the vote it's not what I would have thought. And that's extended battery life. Over half of all the votes, over 400 votes on this one, over almost half of them said extended battery life. I think that's right. I agree with that 1,000%. You guys agree with that? I agree with that 1,000%. I agree with it because the Nintendo Switch, what do you get? 5 hours on the Nintendo Switch? That's not bad. And honestly, I think the thought process there is, how long are you without a plug playing mobile? You're probably playing around the house mostly. You've got access to a plug if you need it. So about 5-hour gaming session is probably the figure there, which is why you don't need much more than that. But everybody wants extended battery life. And I think that's correct. Imagine 10 hours. Imagine 10 hours game time on a handheld device. That would be huge. I don't know. What is Steam Deck at? Does anybody know what Steam Deck is at? I don't know. 4K resolution, 5%. Not important, especially not important in a handheld. I mean, heck, if you're watching on mobile right now, you can watch this at 420 or less, and it looks good. It looks good because you're on a smaller screen there. So 4K, not a huge deal at all. Having a nice screen is a bigger deal than 4K for sure. Like a nice, vibrant, smooth, bright, dark HDR screen, much more important than 4K. 60 FPS came in second, though, at 28%. And the question is that possible? I don't know. And here's how I'm thinking about an Xbox handheld. If the Xbox had a handheld, it had to have a docking system, right? Don't you think? So the Steam Deck, who has a Steam Deck in chat? I think, does Reactor Leak? Do you have a Steam Deck? Captain Obvious is here and that's Captain Obvious. Welcome, my friend. He says 60 frames per second actually for him. And that's 28%. 60 frames per second. Does 60 frames per second matter on a small screen? When you plug it into a TV, no doubt, or a gaming monitor, no doubt. And that's where I think the Xbox, if it's Xbox portable, some sort of docking system similar to what Steam Deck does would be amazing. I actually think that's a big must-have, the Steam Deck. A huge must-have, absolutely. 4K says 4K on a portable isn't needed. It's so condensed, you don't need that high resolution unless you can broadcast it to a TV like a Switch. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think the dock, letting you play at, say, 60, maybe you've got bigger hardware. I just realized my, hold on one second. My camera went off here. There we go. When I used to stream from my gaming PC, which is set up next to me. I should get it fully. It's set up. It's just not set up for streaming. I'm now on a Mac. And since I'm on a Mac, I have to use a cam link to hook up to the MacBook. And on my PC, I used to be able to just plug in from, I use the Canon M50 as my camera, everybody. I used to be able to just plug in directly to, what's it called? What is it called? Directly to the PC. There, you get a card and it's HDMI to HDMI. So your camera never shut off. Now it just sleeps because it doesn't know you're on. So I went to sleep there. My camera went to sleep there for a hot minute. But yeah, I think having a deck that enables 60 frames per second, enables higher performance, higher graphical fidelity that you dock when putting on the TV, I think would be super, super cool. Has to have replaceable controllers, says Super Shocker. Having access to Netflix and Disney. Andrew says, where are you away from power for 10 hours? That's true. That's true. I think just knowing you could have it, though. I think that's the key. Just knowing. I mean, travel, if you're traveling, it's nice in a car. Road trips would be nice, but chances are I'm driving if it's a road trip. But just knowing that you don't have to worry about charging it as frequently, I think is the nice thing. But I think that's the point. I think that's the thought process around like the Nintendo Switch at 5 hours, for instance. Steam Deck does have a deck, but you have to buy it separately. Yeah. Crunk as Chris is here. Crunk. Welcome, brother. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. I got an ROG Ally. Crunk, how do you like the ROG Ally? I've seen a lot of videos. It seems more people, at least, and maybe it's just who I follow. I almost bought an ROG Ally. I was trying to convince some people to let me get an ROG Ally. And that close. That price point, though. So did I see it went on sale, or was that the Steam Deck that went on sale? What? No, it was the ROG Ally. That's only like $300 now. But I hear good things about the ROG Ally. I'm curious, has anybody had both the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally? And which one is better in your opinion? Andrew says, I love my Steam Deck. Yeah, I know a lot of people that love their Steam Deck, but I know a lot of people that love their ROG Ally. Interesting. An Xbox Series S handheld is good enough. Yeah, if you're able to get the power of the Xbox Series S as a handheld, it's more than good enough. 100%. Turn it up. Teddy says 4K 60 dock would be great. Agreed. That's the goal. That's the goal we're going for. Super Shocker says Macs are lame. Here's the thing. I used to be that guy. I used to be like, Mac, I don't need a Mac. It is the best productivity device I've ever owned. Everything is just in my laptop. I take it on the go. I take my office with me everywhere, essentially. For gaming, it sucks. Almost nothing works. Even stuff that it does say work doesn't really work. Does not really work. For streaming, also not the best. There's just not a lot of options out there. With the new M1 chips, the M2 chips, I think that's slowly starting to change. But I don't know that Apple is taking gaming on their MacBook Pros, for instance. That's serious. It would be nice if they did, but yeah, no. So from that point, yeah, terrible. But from productivity, it's honestly the best productivity device I've ever owned, for sure. There he is, the man, Fitzy. If you guys want to know what the evolved badges look like, this guy right here, the one and only Fitzy, check out. He's got the purple X with the Master Chief in the front, crushing it like a badass. Fitzy. He says, I want the rumored handheld to be 8K. Excuse me. 8K, have 1,000-hour battery life, run on both Wi-Fi and 5G for free, and 0 lag guaranteed. Done. That would be amazing. Crunk on his hey, welcome Fitzy. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Crunk says the RG Ally, this is what he's talking about, is very good. I got it on open. Oh, on an open sale. One of the open, you know how they have like, it's already been unboxed, it's been opened, you can buy it for a little bit cheaper. Love it. Crunk, absolutely. Let's get back to the poll and then we'll take some more questions here. So this was the poll. Number one, extended battery life, which is what I put. 60 frames, it came in at 28. 90% said docking station. My number two would be docking station. For sure, because I think docking station, here's the thing. It's kind of a trick question because this docking station, the docking station at 19% gives you the other two. A docking station could give you 60 and 4K. And let's see the comments here. All of the above, says Anthony Ray. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want all of the above? SSMUFC, Manchester United, baby, for life, says affordability. Affordability would be his number one pick. Yeah, that's true. The price point is tough on these. I mean, the Steam Deck upgraded is no joke. The ROG Ally is no joke. Both devices I want and need in my life, but no joke. That Nintendo Switch price point is nice. But you're not getting you're not getting the balls. That price point exists because you don't get the balls to come with it. Christian says it really shows that people don't know what resolution is. There's no need for 4K on a small screen. Anything over 1080p is actually really dumb on a gaming device, especially for handheld. You will not notice the difference and instead lose a lot of battery life and performance. 1080p OLED display with upscaling technology, depending on GPU, is all it needs. Yeah, I think that most people realize that, though. I don't think, in fact, it shows here 4K was the 5%. So the lowest of the low on this poll only did that. So, but thank you, Chris, for that comment. Night Tilt says, definitely docking for me. I hardly ever game on my Legion Go without being plugged in, so battery life is never an issue. I have watched reviews on the Legion. I have heard good things about the Legion. It's interesting. It doesn't get I don't think it gets the publicity of a Steam Deck, but I think Steam Deck has Valve, has Steam. So that's why it gets so much. I think ROG Ally number 2, just because of looks, maybe. I don't know. Microsoft made a big deal about it. So there's that partnership that I'm sure helps with getting the word out there. But the Logitech, the Legion Go, doesn't get a lot of stuff there, but I have seen reviews. I've heard good things of it. I think if Microsoft released a Game Pass operating system and licensed it to Asus or Lenovo, then they'd have the handheld space on lockdown, in my opinion. Pair that with the option to dock with an affordable Xbox licensed eGPU and docking station. That would be amazing. Night Tilt. Agreed. I think it would be amazing. Bosky says the lower end ROG Ally is $400 currently at Best Buy. That's not a bad price. What is the low end ROG Ally? We'll have to look that up. The low end ROG Ally, what the specs are on that. And does anybody, Crunk, is yours a lower? Is yours the lower of the two? ROG Ally? Steam Deck runs most games, says Drew, at 700p. There you go. Yeah, I had a buddy with mine who we worked together and we would travel, and he had a Steam Deck and he would play. He's a big Dota guy. Would play Dota, but he was playing the last time he was playing Diablo 4 on it, actually. And he said he loved it. He absolutely loved it. So yeah, Crunk has the base. Yeah. What's the base, Crunk? And how does it run for you? Do you regret getting the base? Do you wish you could have got the upgrade, or is the base good enough for that ROG Ally? Before we get back to that, again, let me just say thank you for everybody being here. Appreciate it. I was unsure how this first one's going to go. We'll get it tightened up here. This is my first stream in this format on this channel. Actually, let's go full screen. First stream in this format on this channel. So thank you. It's very nice to meet all of you who are new to the channel. And we're going to be doing this regularly, at least every Friday. My goal long-term is to have this every morning, every day. And it's just going to be this format where we sit, we talk about the news, we drop polls, we respond to comments from the videos. Some of those comments are pretty hilarious. I was reviewing some before the show. I was like, what do we go over? My favorite ones are the ones, like, people think that they insult you when they're trying to insult you, and you just laugh, and it's like, bro, I don't even know you. What? I don't even know you. Like, okay. So we'll have fun with those comments and go over those. But this is it. So thank you guys for being here and for hanging out with me. Our show goes an hour and a half, maybe longer. Who knows if we're having a good time. But appreciate it. Appreciate everyone for being here. If you want to support the show, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, what I'm doing on the channel, you can become a member. You get a loyalty badge. You get some emotes. And the more members I have, the more emotes we can unlock here. And then eventually we'll do exclusive streams. We'll maybe drop videos first to members, stuff like that as those features get built out. But Fitzy's actually got one of our evolved. There's only two people. There's only two people with that evolved badge. Fitzy is one of them. The other one is Mr. McSpicy. So big shout out to them and appreciate them. Excited, Dark Knight. Excited to have the X1 stream back. Dark Knight. Thank you. Dark Knight, by the way, I love your avatar there. The 20, the Xbox 20. Absolutely love it. Crunk says this is on the ROG Ally. We're having to talk about Xbox portable, an Xbox portable device. Crunk says I can't tell the difference between this is the ROG Ally. So sorry, let me catch everybody up if you're joining right now. We're talking about an Xbox portable device. And as a result, we're also talking about, the devices that are out there right now, the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, the Legion Go, et cetera, et cetera. And Crunk has one, and he has the lower end one. He says, I can't tell the difference between the lower end one and the high end. He says, my brother has the Extreme. Interesting. I mean, $400 is not too shabby. I thought it was more. Fitzy, you're going back to daily gamer format. So we do longer form here, probably like 15-minute videos that do drop almost daily. For instance, one didn't drop yesterday, but we had another 3 this week that dropped on the channel. I'm sure Fitzy, I'm sure you've been keeping up, but for everybody that hasn't, so just go over whatever the news story of the day is that interests me. We talk about it, give my opinion on it, discuss it. Every single day, or not every day, most days. I would say 4 out of 5 days a week at least. On a good week, it's every single day. And then shorts come from that, et cetera, et cetera. Bow down to your master, you peeps. That's right. That's Fitzy. He's got the evolved one of 2. It's a 1 of 2 right there. We can work up to that evolved badge. That's funny. All right, let's go back. Let's finish up the comments here on what players want to see out of. So this was the poll, everybody. Xbox handheld device. Did we get anybody that hated on us here? Must have the battery life. Matt Ballsy's in the house. Must have the battery life. Maybe 60. 4K. Nope. No 4K. And the docking station. Maybe. Most people already have an Xbox console. What they would need is seamless transfer with your game handheld to your console. That would be cool. I agree with that. That would be super cool. The Silver Afro. That's a cool name. First of all, welcome, Silver Afro. Thank you for your comment. Says PC compatibility. Xbox handheld needs to be a Windows OS. If it's not a Steam Deck competitor, they missed the boat. I think that's, we're going to get into another, we're going to finish up with our last poll that we did. Rumor is that Steam is going to come to Xbox. Did you see Gabe Newell, by the way, talk about that? Seems like they may have discussed it. Rumor is that it's going to happen. Phil Spencer talked about the possibility or the desire to have different storefronts like the Epic Games Store on Xbox. He thinks that that's opening up the Xbox operating system on an Xbox is the path forward, as what he said and expressed in an interview with Polygon. And I think he's right. He says he's thinking about it. How do you look at growing the console space? And to grow the console space, it's all about giving options, opening the space up. And I think it would be absolutely huge. Imagine being able to jump in on your Xbox and you feel like playing a game and you're like, okay, let's go to the Microsoft store. You ever do that? And you're like, oh, what game do I want to play? Anything new here? And so you jump into the Microsoft store. And you browse and you're like, nothing looks good. Or you go to the sales section, you're like, it's too expensive. Nothing here for me. But then imagine if you could open up the Epic Games Store on your Xbox. And you're like, oh, what's for sale here? Oh, my goodness. Look at this sale that they're running over here at Epic. You pick up a game or two then. Or maybe you don't find anything there. And then you open up Steam on your Xbox. and you're able to jump on those sales. I think it would be huge. I think whoever does that first is it's a huge game changer, honestly. I think whoever does that first, it looks like Xbox is really pushing that. I don't see PlayStation doing that first. I don't see Nintendo doing that first in the console space. I 100% see Xbox doing that first. It makes sense. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people like PlayStation guys, hardcore PlayStation guys. I'm not talking about your normal gamers who just love games that play a PlayStation. PlayStation's great. I have a PlayStation. But the PlayStation fanboys will say, well, why would you do that? That's foolish. Well, PlayStation is still winning, but we don't need to do that. Yeah, all the decisions being made now will pay off in the future. Game Pass is going to pay off in the future. This move of I'm of the opinion moving Sea of Thieves to PlayStation was genius and was huge. And look at the success over there just on pre-orders. Hi-Fi Rush, the same, introducing players to the game and then saying, oh, wait, I just paid $70 for this game over here, $60 for this game over here. I could get it on Game Pass. Done. So I think that was smart. And I think Xbox is leading the way. I think we're at the beginning of the Xbox domination generation. That's just me. Let's go to the last poll here. Again, extended battery life for the on the game handheld, on the Xbox handheld. I think that's what I voted for. That's what I would have voted for. 100%. Dropped another poll. Last poll of the day that we'll go over here this week was, should Steam be on Xbox? What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? Yes, no, doesn't matter. Give me your, how do you think it broke down? And while you guys are talking about that, Star Traffic, Phil never mentioned Steam. He's calling me on it. Microsoft, Meta, and Epic have joined the government lawsuit to force Apple to open their mobile app store by making similar offer of themselves. Is good PR with FTC? I guess so. He didn't mention Steam directly, but they've worked in the past. He did mention the Epic Game Store and other stores. So Steam is just a natural. Gabe Newell came out and said of the two, he would pick an Xbox. We know that Xbox and Valve are very friendly that way. So that's why we're talking about Steam. Did I say he said Steam? I said he wanted third-party stores. Apologies if I said Steam. How do you think it broke down? Let's jump over to it here. Here's how it broke down. Yes, absolutely. It's a game changer. So that's Steam. I imagine if we put Epic Game Store in there, it would be the same result. 81%. 81%. Only 8% said no. 11% said does not matter to me. Common sense, Fitzy had it, would be yes, but I'm sure people will say no because they love to hate on good business moves. No, look at only that's because this audience knows where it's at, baby. Knows where it's at. So yeah, 81% says it's a game changer. Love it. Let's check out some of the comments down here. Agreed. I think it is a game changer. If the next Xbox console allows Steam, then that means Xbox would have access to PlayStation games that come to Steam. Who is that? I can't pronounce her name. IAQH. Ayuk. Thank you very much. That's a great point. Oh, they blocked their games on GeForce. Andrew Cullinane. They would have 100% take legal action if that ever happened. Yeah, that is funny logic, though. You had me there for a second. Andrew Cullinane, a smart man, corrected us. That would be hilarious, though. But yeah, that's I do think you would get, obviously, games that would not be on Xbox, that are PC-specific games, a lot of indie titles that we don't traditionally see because of that, for sure. And you'd be able to download it and play it through Steam. Absolutely, 100%. Old God says, why? A lot of those games on Steam can run with pretty much unlimited amount of mods. So will the Xbox be able to run the mods, or will the games be vanilla? That's a great question. I don't know. You see Xbox and consoles all together opening up to mods. Skyrim, for instance, Starfield in the future, Minecraft. It's a lot more controlled in that way. Maybe only verified mods are allowed on consoles. But here's the thing. I have Skyrim on Steam. I've tested out a lot of the mods, particularly back in the day, the graphical mods that were coming out. I don't need all the mods to enjoy Skyrim. Like long term, it's great, but on a console, for someone like me, I don't need access to all of the mods. It is nice to have mods, though. Mods just extend your life. So that's a great point, Old Gods. What would happen there? I think the direction that we're going is seeing Xbox and PlayStation and consoles overall open up to mods more and more. And I think so. It's Bethesda definitely is, for sure. Super Shocker mentions mods aren't that great in general. I mean, I think there are mods on specific games that help. And for instance, if Jordan the Man were here, I'm sure he would talk about World of Warcraft or Mr. McSpicy. World of Warcraft have those, to help you out. I think there's probably overlays on different games that really help you out. I don't know. I don't play those games on PC, but yeah, I Super Shocker sentiment agreed. I don't need mods. Some mods are really nice and convenient. I don't need them to experience the base game, but it is a valid question and a valid point by Old Gods here. What do they do with mods if that's the case? Allowing Steam says saying allowing Steam would basically just make this a Steam Deck with Windows, and Valve gets all revenue from software sales. This has to be an unhackable Xbox OS with no Steam. Interesting. Sir Luke says it doesn't matter. Happy with all I've got from Xbox. However, it would be nice to have more options. So yeah, a game changer. Agreed. I absolutely think it's a game changer. What do you guys think? Again, guys, thank you for joining me. This has been our first stream here. We're going to have more regular streams. The goal long-term is to do daily. Now, the question is, for me, it's easier to do daily morning long-term. For right now, that's not going to happen probably till summer. But for right now, every single Friday, we will for sure have a stream just doing this, recapping the news for the week, talking, conversing, going over comments, opinions, etc., 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 etc. Stuff like that. So we're getting reset up on a stream. I haven't streamed for a while. I'm on a new system here. In the words of Super Shocker, Mac sucks. Mac does suck for streaming. And that's what I'm on. So trying to figure out how to do it properly. Let me know feedback, how we can make this better for sure. Do you want music in the background? I go back and forth. I watch a lot of YouTube channels now with no music. On the channel, on the videos that we drop daily here, we don't have music. I like just talking. I like that intimacy. Super Shocker, here's looking at you. Fitzy. Reactor leak. Intimacy. Let's drop some X1 facials right there. Intimacy. But having said that, sometimes music is nice to fill it in. Sometimes it gives, it definitely does give atmosphere for sure. So but yeah, would love to hear your feedback. Dr. Pepper, we've only made it through one can today. Not bad. I am standing too. I've never stood during a stream. Well, that's not true. I've never on this channel. I've never stood. I have a standing desk, guys. Do you guys have a standing desk? Game changer. I have a mat underneath me. At first, I wasn't able to stand that long. I would stand for like 10 minutes at a time. But now I am. Now I stand for almost half my workday. Soul Finder says the other will be for gaming. The other can will be for gaming. Oh, yes. Dr. Pepper. Here's my full one. Don't shake it. Don't shake it. Anybody have any fun game plans this weekend? Myself, I'm jumping into Dragon Age 2 some more. It's the first time I've played it every night this week. I'm very busy. I'm a very busy guy. I basically work not 16-hour days. 12 to 16-hour days, let's say. But it basically doesn't end. And so I usually just game on the weekends. That's when I hit it hard. Dragon's Dogma 2, though, I gamed on it, or I played it every night this week when the wife went to bed. I'm loving it. I haven't felt this way. I haven't had this kind of experience. I mean, Red Dead Redemption is an entirely different game, but Skyrim, Dragon Age this last, a game more like this. Not so much Skyrim. This is more like a Dragon Age, in my opinion. It's nothing like Dragon Age, but as far as, the theme, it has that feel, the story, it has that feel to it. So I'm very much enjoying it. Absolutely. Turn It Up Teddy is doing MLB The Show. Yeah, I that's on Game Pass. That's a huge get by Xbox on Game Pass as well. Day one on Game Pass. I have seen on my friends list a lot of people playing that. I want to jump in and do a season. I love doing season. I love doing season as a pitcher. Crushing it. The next Babe Ruth right here. Fitzy says, more X1 is always a great thing. X1 and the bros are the goats. Hey, thank you very much, guys. For those of you that don't know, I also host the podcast, the X1 Bros. If you love the Xbox, every single, what day is it? Every single Thursday over on the X1 Bros channel, we host the podcast. We've been doing it for 10 years. We're at a 10-year anniversary. We've had Major Nelson has been on our show. Ryan McCaffrey has been on our show. So we've had some Gareth Coker. Who is Gareth Coker, you ask? He did the soundtrack for Ori and the Blind Forest. So we've had some big names on our show, and it's been a blast. A lot of people here in chat are from the X1 Bros. Love doing it. Have made a ton of lifelong friends doing it. Have made a ton of lifelong friends streaming here. And yeah, love it. Yeah. Anyways, guys, we're going to call it a night. First stream in the books. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Don't forget, it's a little loud. Don't forget, there's also memberships here. You can support us that way as well. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I love hanging out with you guys. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.